Hello, and welcome back to Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul, and I truly appreciate you joining me today. Today we're going to do a tribute build to my friend Andrew and all my other Canadian friends north of the border. Today is Canada Day, and we're going to build something really sweet to say thank you to our friends up north for their allegiance and their friendship and everything else that goes along with great things. So sit back and relax. Grab your favorite adult beverage and join in today as we pay tribute to our friends in Canada. Let's get started with today's build.
It's time to start the autopsy.
So I'm also doing an Independence Day build, which is due the 4th of July. And if you see any similarities here, that's the reason why. So we got this 55 gasser, which is pretty much my favorite casting to customize. We need to go ahead and file down those posts, make them a lot smoother. And we will do a wheel swap here, which is really great. Interior is great by itself, and we're going to switch out the color of the windshield. This is going to be nice. Let's continue.
Someone is being exhumed.
I've already cleaned off the paint with the citrus strip, and I got the post all filed down. Now we're going to drill those out. Now here I'm using a 5/64 drill bit. This is the bit you use to drill out the post to adapt to a 2-56 screw when you finish up drilling out the post. Now notice here's the length of the post. You don't want to drill too much farther than that, because if you do, you're going to drill right through the car. And you do the same thing in the back. Figure out how much you're going to need, and maybe even put a little mark there with a permanent marker so you know how far you have to drill, because if you drill too deep, like I said, you're going to go right through the car. Now here I'm going to use my tapping fluid. This is called I'd Tap That, and it's available at my website at diecastgraveyard.com. Just a little tiny drop is all you need. Now this bottle will last you a long time, and it's definitely worth it, and it helps you do a lot better drilling, and it makes it a lot smoother and makes the drill bit cut better. Plus it also releases the shavings through the flutes of the drill so it doesn't get clogged up. Now periodically pull the bit out, check it out, clean it off, and see how deep you've gone. Now, there is a holder for your car that you can get from Eddie Papandrea. It's Simple Customs by Eddie Papandrea. And I don't have it for this video, but it's a fantastic item if you don't want to hold your car while you're drilling. Because over the years, I have definitely slipped a couple of times and put that drill bit into my skin. Now there we've got plenty of room. We haven't drilled through the car, so that front hole is definitely good enough. Let's switch it around. Put a little drop of the I'd Tap That in there. Just a little tiny drop is all you need. And let's start drilling out the back portion of the post. Let's speed this up so we can continue. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that like button. If you're getting anything out of my videos, it surely helps me out. So please do that. Now that we got the post drilled out, we're going to go ahead and tap those. And I'm using a 2-56 tap, and I got the tap handle from brightvisionwheels.com. Now here I'm going to use 2-56 screws. I also use the I'd Tap That fluid to tap out the posts. Now what's really cool is I'm using the black screws, and those things are made out of steel, and they're magnetic. They're ferrous metal, so they're be able to pick up with a magnet here. I got two different sizes here. Now I want to show you this. If you use the stainless steel screws, I've got my screwdriver magnetized. It will not pick up the screw, which means you may have a hard time putting the screw in. Now the black screws, you can pick it up with a magnet. So it'll hold it onto your screwdriver and it will be a lot easier to put it in and you don't lose your screw. So those black screws are definitely the way to go. And there's today's tip from your Uncle Paulie. I've got the 256 screws, or the 2-56 screws, and I've got two different sizes. I've got 1/8 inch, which is what I'm going to use for the front post, and I've got 3/16 inch for the rear post. So when you order these screws, you'll know exactly what size you'll need for the larger post or the shorter post. Fit it in, make sure it's okay, and then back it out slightly. If you need to know where to get the screws, just let me know and I'll be happy to tell you. 3/16 inch and 1/8 inch are the way to go. Now with the screwdriver itself for these, I use the Torx bit. Okay, it's got the little star on the end. Oh, flip it over. And the screwdriver I use is the T5 or Torx 5. That'll fit perfectly in those little holes. Let's move on. Now I'm going to take the body and I'm going to put on some surface primer. Here I'm using Tamiya surface primer, the white. This will be the base coat for my car. Here's the artwork I created, and I printed these up with my iColor 560 printer, and I think it turned out excellent. After putting down a very light coat of clear, which will help with the adhesion of your decals, here I'll use just regular water, or you can use the Microset. Now, if you use Microset, it'll make your decal soft and it will apply to it better. If you use Microsol, it's liable to melt your decal, so please be careful. Now, these are true white toner decals. There's a layer of white underneath them, so you don't have to worry about having a big white border around the outside of your design. When I make my decals, I try to make it to where the entire side of the car is applied at the same time. Now, when I put these on, I did notice that they were just a little bit short. So what I did is I grabbed the back of the decal and I stretched it just a little tiny bit, which you can do that, but the best thing to do would be to redesign it to where it fits properly. And in the future, I will definitely make sure I do that. Once you get it where you want it, go ahead and smooth it out. I keep trying to get it to fit, but like I said, I needed to stretch the decals. But go ahead and take that Q-tip and squeegee out the excess water. Here, like I said, I'm peeling up the decal, and I'm going to go ahead and grab it with my fingers and stretch it just a little tiny bit. It's better to redesign the decal. This was just a quick fix. Again, squeegee out the excess water. That's going to look nice. Now let's do the roof and the trunk lid. Or as in the UK, they say, the boot. Here I've got a Canadian maple leaf, and it says Canada Day, and it goes all the way around the design. Get that as flat as you can and get it positioned. And then again, take your Q-tip and squeegee it out. This is going to look really nice. I think Andrew's going to like this because I am going to save this for him and send it to him. Now we're going to put the design on the boot. And again, this is another design that says Canada Day. And I like this one probably the best of all of them. Once we finish applying the decals, we're going to put the Diecast Graveyard 2K clear on them, and you can get that at diecastgraveyard.com.
Meanwhile, back in the graveyard.
Here we've got all the pieces. We got the body, and again, that Diecast Graveyard 2K clear makes it look like glass. That looks beautiful. Here we've got the base, and here's the wheel swap we did. I think red lines were appropriate for this car. We got the interior, and we got a brand new windshield here. Let's put everything together and give my creation life.
Lies! Lies, do you hear me? Give my creation life!
And here's what we started with. A Hot Wheels 1955 Bel Air gasser. And again, this is one of my favorite castings because I use it often. We took the car apart, we evaluated the parts we had, we stripped the paint off, we designed some really, really cool decals, and again, I used my iColor 560 printer. Now, if you want to find out how to print your own white toner decals, get a hold of me in the comments, and I'll return your questions and get you the information you need. But again, ask questions to me if you have anything like that, but just leave them in the comments because I do read every single comment. Now, like I always say, folks, you can do this too. Get yourself some cars, get them drilled apart, do some wheel swaps, do some painting, and before you know it, like me, you'll be hooked. But this was a great time. I truly enjoyed it. And here's what we got to. This beautiful tribute to my friend Andrew and all my other Canadian friends, and happy Canada Day to you. You folks are fantastic. My friends up there, you're all fantastic, and I truly, truly care for you. And this was a lot of fun, and I would do another one again in a heartbeat. But this was great, and I truly enjoyed it. Just take your time, enjoy your hobby, do some wheel swaps like I said, get some decals. If you don't want decals, just do some painting and have fun with the hobby. And don't forget to join the Four Horsemen at Four Horsemen Diecast on YouTube. We've got a complete schedule there, and we've got all kinds of builds coming up. Now, a couple days after the release of this video will be the release of my Independence Day video. And I hope that you have enjoyed that and you will enjoy it. And don't forget to send in a glamour shot. Thank you for joining me today on Diecast Graveyard. We've got a lot more videos coming up in the future, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And thank you again for joining me here today. If there's something you'd like to see, put it in the comments. Thank you, and cheers.